Well, welcome to a new Harry's Farm video, and since the last one a couple of weeks ago, I am pleased to report harvest is go. And here is my oilseed rape. Yes, we started a few days ago, I'm not sure how many days ago, but here is the oilseed rape. So this is this black seed, 40% oil, and last year was my best crop I grew and the most profitable. This year, the least profitable by a country mile. We've cut so far about 30 acres of what I drilled back in August last year. And this is the produce. I would say there was about 10 tons there. Basically disastrous. I mean, a complete waste of space. And as I've discussed, that's the last time we'll be going oilseed rape on the farm. So in this video, we'll go down, have a look where this came from, what we're going to do next, explain where I'm going to, how I'm dropping oilseed rape, and how I'm going to take advantage of the countryside stewardship schemes that are on offer. And then we'll have a look. Charlie's on the combine at the moment, and we'll go and have a look at that in action. So first off, let's go and see the oilseed rape fields. Well, this is where the oilseed rape was. This is where we were combining the last few days. And it's been a struggle even to do the 30 acres that we had in the ground in this farm, and it's all to do with the weather. I know farmers are really good at moaning about weather, but this summer anyone who's been in the UK will be grumbling about the weather, and farmers are not alone. I measured, I've got a rain gauge here, and in July 23 we had 101 mil of rain. That compares to last year, which yes was exceptionally dry, 3.6 mil of rain last year. And then we didn't even have any rain until the 16th of August when we had 9 mil. So incredibly dry, hot summer that we all enjoyed last year. Completely different this year. Cold and rain. And the critical thing for combining is you need at least a day's dry normally before you can go combining. And since the 8th of July, we've only had 4 days without rain in this July till now. That's why Charlie's combining on the other farm at the moment. And still, even now, we're chasing rain. I'm watching a big low pressure coming in from the west. And he's not going to be able to finish where he is, I don't think, tonight, because we're going to get rained off again. We got rained off twice in here. We started, I went off to get to supper, came back to Charlie, we're just eating it. From nowhere, rain arrived, and it bungs up the combine, all the returns, right? You can't combine in the rain, and you also need the crop to be dry. And what's happening is we're getting these storms as well. If you just look down here, you can sort of see what's happening. The seed is actually coming out of the oilseed rape before we've got the combine in, and you're getting this, which is all the seed then germinating, because it's so damp. So you've got to grab the crop. You can't wait and say, oh, I'll combine tomorrow, otherwise you'll just have no crop left. And I've also seen the price of weight, this volatility of oilseed rape, the actual price I get paid by merchants off the combine, as we term it. Last week, £410 on the Monday. By the Friday, it was £340, a £70 spread in 5 days. That is why I'm dropping oilseed rape as a crop. You can see down here, this is where the cabbage stem flea beetle hit. We've only got 1/3 of a tonne of oilseed rape off these fields here. That one's even worse over there, but this is just weeds that then grew up. And I say, I've gone through here, glyphosate, and then I will top this off, and then I'll come in with a wettest and just incorporate it, and this will go mulch, and we'll put this will be going into wheat later in the year. But because of this challenging farming environment we have at the moment, much as I like growing food, as it were, I've decided that we're actually going to enter a countryside stewardship agreement. We're in one at the moment, but not on the arable land. Now I'm going to enter one on the arable land, and I'm taking advantage of something called AB6, and AB6 is this enhanced stubble, which, as far as I can see, it's like our old set aside when we rested land and then were able to do things. 15th of May I can then spray off any weeds that have established, and we will use that. I'm going to put half the farm into that, and the other half we'll grow wheat on. And There's a whole load of other things we're doing with the stewardship. We have very special grassland here, species rich as they term it. We have wildflower areas, we have wild bird mixes for winter feed, all sorts of things within it. But on the arable side, there's a big change. Now, I have to get that in by the 18th of August, and I will not know if I've succeeded. I will then hear if they've accepted it, and we move on to this new regime of basically leaving the half the farm to not grow food and then grow a better crop of wheat on the other half, alternative years, and not grow any break crops. So that means no more oilseed rape, no more peas, beans, etc. The price doesn't warrant me growing that sort of food, if you like, that sort of crop. But the wheat always in demand, and that'll keep the yield of wheat much higher on this farm. I get a better tonnage, and it'll make the farm profitable again. So anyway, that's what's going on there. What we're going to do now, let's go and have a look at Charlie on the combine, see how he's getting on in the other failed crop of oilseed rape. But yeah, we've got to nibble it off tonight before the rain comes. Yeah, this is the crop of oilseed rape he's dealing with, 2 foot tall or something. And we're the wrong side for the wind, unfortunately. Elementary mistake is to be downwind of a combine, but that's what happens. Yeah, he's had a little go. The returns, as it's termed, they get blocked up. So if you look down here, they're blocked up with this sort of thing. So he's just had a stop because that blocks the elevators, and then yeah, a bit of this out. The only way to clean it is to open the gate on it, and you just run the combine and it spits it all out, and then you start again. And I tell Charlie off for getting it blocked, but at least it's not properly blocked. It isn't fairly easy fix. So yeah, he's going to be going up and down here, getting what left of this oilseed rape. You know what we've got here, it's just nothing. It's so depressing. But this is all cabbage stem flea beetle damage. So basically the main growing stem was wiped out by those grubs that they lay eggs in the plant, and they hatch in the spring and just take out the main plant. So these are sort of side shoots that have sort of tried to carry on what they should be doing, or a plant of oilseed rape plant should be doing. And yeah, it's produced this. If I was use contractors to combine and pay the contractors charge, there's no way I'd be clearing this, because it just wouldn't really pay back the cost of the combine to run the combine. But because we own the combine and it's a, you know, it's an older combine, son's driving it, we might as well just grab what there is here. There was no point actually putting another crop in the ground, because I spent the money on the oilseed rape. We'd used a curb, a herbicide. It means that is a residual, and therefore anything I would have planted wouldn't have liked that herbicide. So I was stuffed really, which is why, yeah, we're giving up on oilseed rape. Because even if the price was good, most people's yields are down this year, and it's just it's one of those crops when it just hasn't worked in 2023 when it was my best crop in 2022. So I'm going to jump on the combine. I'm going to get a sample. We'll just do a moisture test just to see what it is. Right. That's a sample just off the combine. There's a countdown, unfortunately. We have to wait for those number of seconds while it cooks and decides what it is. 8.5%. Right, so it's got to be under 9, but that isn't the issue. It's just get this crop off before the next lot of rain arrives tonight. They've got it coming in about 9 o'clock, so yeah, he's going to champ on, and hopefully no more breakdowns. So what time is it now? 7:45. We'll see how many hours we can get done. He's probably got 4 or 5 hours work out here, so whether that will happen tonight, I don't know. Or we'll have to finish it off after the next front's gone through. I mean, the good news is, I mean, it's the soil is in a very workable conditions. If I put a root up like that, you can just see how much moisture's in the soil, and that's why everything is growing. And just at the back of my mind thinking, maybe I ought to give oilseed rape one more go, because if I put it in the ground it would instantly germinate and get away, and maybe cabbage stem flea beetle wouldn't be a problem. It's always the dilemma with farming, because it's one season to another, and this season is so different to last year. You've got to completely change your outlook and what you're doing. But anyway, farming's always been the same. See how he gets on. By the next video, I hope we'll be in the wheat, which is just over there, and looking at the long-term forecast, tantalisingly, the end of next week, they're promising sunny all days, 22, 23 degrees, and we'll be flying through that wheat if that's the case. So, hope you enjoyed this video, this update from Harry's farm. If you did, well, keep watching, keep subscribing, more videos coming on very soon.